Hello and welcome to 52 Weeks of Angel Connection. My name is Christy Clemens Hoffman. I am a medium and intuitive, as well as Reiki master and hypnotherapist in Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm coming at you from my office in Kansas City. I set out in 2020 to focus on and bring to you a different Archangel or Ascended Master each week of the year. There are many more Archangels and Ascended Masters than 52. But I just wanted to bring and introduce some of these beings to you one a week. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to be speaking about into Ashtar of the Ashtar Command. And I know that sounds strange. Yes, we do have extraterrestrials, ETs, who work with us as higher ascended beings. This morning, I was contacted by one of my guides who is not from this world, and had such a strong connection with that guide that I wanted to bring forth an ascended master who is also from another world, and this being Ashtar. Okay. So I'm taking this information from Doreen Virtue's book, Archangels and Ascended Masters. Ashtar is a extraterrestrial being, and I know how strange that sounds to many of us. And let me find his information. Ashtar is a human-looking mediator who works with extraterrestrials and humans, helping to create a peaceful universe. If you know anything about extraterrestrials, there is a race called the Nordic race. Valiant Thor, if you've ever heard of Valiant Thor, was one of the Nordic race. They are very human-looking. There are also Syrians, Pleiadians. There are reptilians. There are greys. There are many different races. Mantids as well. But Ashtar is a human-looking race, known as the Nordic type. Ashtar is a member of the Great White Brotherhood, and he works closely with Jesus, Archangel Michael, and Saint Germain. A word about the Great White Brotherhood. This is not an Aryan thing. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with skin color. The Great White Brotherhood is a brotherhood of the white light. And brotherhood is very loose in term because it's not just male either. So this is an organization that comes together for the good of the white light. So he works closely with Jesus, Archangel Michael, and Saint Germain. Like a nightclub bouncer, Ashtar protects Earth from negative visitors or energies from other planets. And right now, April 6, 2020, this is when I'm recording. Right now, we are in a global pandemic, and we are locked down in our homes and also locked down with fear, anxiety, overwhelm, as well as illness and grief and worry. So during this time, the Earth is very vulnerable to other energies. So Ashtar and the rest of the Ashtar Command and the Great White Brotherhood are concerned with protecting the Earth against these negative energies and these negative forces. He's involved with ensuring peace between planet populations through the Intergalactic Federation. There are many organizations out there that have to do with bringing different races and different planets together. So the Intergalactic Federation is a much bigger organization. There's the Great White Brotherhood, of course, and then Ashtar Command, which is Ashtar's group that he directly works with. Ashtar's mission is to avert nuclear war on Earth, which could have a negative ripple effect across many galaxies. He's telling me he's been busy for quite some time, just trying to mitigate many of the things that have been going on the Earth. He says, you guys keep me busy. He says, I will never want for work as long as humans are running this show. He says, but I'm very happy to do so. Ashtar guides humans away from third dimensional thinking that believes in limits and restrictions and is focused on time measurement, because time, the way that we look at it, The way we see it, the way we measure it, is not the way that time actually works. Time is a dimension. It's the fourth dimension. Ashtar also gives personal guidance on how to stay safe and calm during the many changes occurring on Earth. Ashtar helps us with aliens to understand and have peaceful interactions with them. Earth changes, profound thinking, protection, releasing fear, and spiritual understanding. And now I am seeing even more and more why Ashtar and Asmar, which is my extraterrestrial guide, why they wanted to come forward today. Sorry, I'm adjusting my feet. All right, so we see that during this time, we're needing some, I would call them big guns. We need some extra defenses against fear, darkness, worry, doubt, anxiety, stress, etc., etc. If you've been paying attention to the news lately, you'll see that the decreased amount of human activity has had profound effects on the Earth's environment. Drastic drops in pollution and pollutants, drastic drops in toxic things being released into the environment. There is a renewal in many of the ocean ecosystems. All of this is because of a decreased human activity due to the coronavirus and lockdown. I do believe that this will have a profound effect for a long time to come. So Ashtar would like to communicate. Let's see how he would like to do that. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me, and the presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Okay, he just wants me to translate. He doesn't want to come through. He just wants to convey messages and have me. He says, "You're doing a good job. Just keep going." All right. He's talking about. Oh, this is interesting. He's talking about setting a grid over the world, a grid over the earth. Now, the other day, what was it, Saturday, I felt very guided to put out a meditation on 4/4, is April 4. And so now, no matter what country you are in, it was always going to be 4/4. Of course, some countries place the date ahead of the month, and here in the United States, we place the month ahead of the date. But on 4/4, it was going to be 4/4 no matter where you were. And I was guided, I was told about 11 o'clock Saturday morning, do a meditation at 4/4/4. And so I arranged to do a Facebook Live meditation at 4/4/4. This is on my page, Angels Guidance with Christy Clemens Hoffman. You can go back and catch the replay. And I had no idea what the meditation was going to be. But I knew that once I tuned in, that it would be given to me. And it was. Part of this meditation was establishing a grid over the earth. And I was told by Archangel Shamuel at the end to give homework. That homework was for each person to create their own grid, to send sentries of angels around the earth to any place that felt right to them, to get the kids and get them involved in picking places across the world to establish points to anchor this grid, and angels to anchor the grid. We were instructed to look at places where we knew people and had contacts and establish grids around those places. And so Ashtar is letting me know it's like that was divinely guided. That is something that we all should and need to do. He says, we establish our own grids, but you cannot have too many points of light on your world. He says, we establish a galactic grid, but it's up to each and every one of us to anchor these points of light on the earth. And so that's something we can all do. Okay, he's letting me know that we've been observed from the very beginning. We've been observed, and he says that they have been observing since the dawn of what we call our time. He said, we've always been watching, we've always been concerned, we've always been helping. And he says, we've not left you. They continue to watch. They continue to hold space for us. They continue to lend their energies. Ashtar is talking about taking all of the fear and anxiety that we feel, sending it down through our bodies and down into the earth so that the earth can take it and transmute it and transform it. He is urging us all to move toward a more plant-based diet. He's saying that that is not feasible or the best thing for everybody's bodies, but the less we can consume meat, the better we will all be. He says there are many among you who have already noticed this and already seen this for yourselves. He says we're not trying to convince you to become vegan or even vegetarian, but do focus on consuming less meat products. And this will help anchor the energy as well. He says the prayers are working. All of us at this time have been calling upon Spirit, calling upon God, calling upon Vishnu, upon the Buddha, upon Allah, upon Mother Mary, Jesus, Michael, everyone that we talk to, Vishnu. All of the prayers, the combined prayers at this time are working. He says that further helps just anchor the energy on earth. So keep the prayers coming, keep the intentions coming. Okay, he's saying a word or two about intention. So a word or two about intention. Your intention is very strong. The thought you put into your thoughts is very, very strong. And that's what creates not only your reality, but your vibration, which in turn creates your reality. So the intention into our thoughts, the thoughts into our intentions is what creates what we see around us. Do focus on the helpers. Focus on peace. Focus on what is going well. Focus on blessings. Yes, there's illness, there is sickness, there is death. Focus on the space between. Focus on what you do have control over. Focus on the blessings because there are blessings. And now he's saying we are Ashtar. We are watching. We are helping. We will not leave you. We support you always. And he is confirming what Sylvia Browne wrote many, many years ago. Sylvia Browne, of course, predicted this 2020 pandemic outbreak. He is confirming that just from one moment seemingly to the next, he says the pandemic, the disease will never completely go away, but from one moment to the next, all of a sudden everything seems like it's back on the right track. And he's not giving me I'm feeling like the end of July, the beginning of August, that all of a sudden things just seem so much better as concerns the pandemic. So we will see at that time, but he's just showing me the switch flipping off. He says he says this virus is cleaning. So it must be cleaning our overconsumption, cleaning our over-consuming thoughts, cleaning our greed, cleaning our society, and then all of a sudden it's reached its level of capacity and doesn't need to do that anymore. So that's a very interesting thought. All right. So I believe that he is complete. He's showing me, looks like Mount Shasta. So you may want to find images of Mount Shasta and meditate on that mountain. mountain. He seems to be connected to it. He seems to think that this is a focal point for many of us. So Mount Shasta, just maybe find an image of it to meditate on. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you watched thus far, thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and come back and visit all of our other videos that we have available. Thank you. See you next week. Bye.